in the bleachers. We hope you will help us and cooperate as we try to offer.
Welcome to today's high school baseball game from Dover High as the 1-2 Senators host the 3-0 DMA Hawks on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. I'm Glenn Fraser alongside Benny Mitchell with Nick Halliday on camera. DMA played yesterday, winning 4-0 against Charter. As a matter of fact, they have yet to allow a run this season in 3 games. Senior Patrick Crawford got the win. He's 2-0 on the season. He struck out 6 and allowed just 3 hits. Drew Simpson came in and pitched in relief, and he recorded another 4 strikeouts. Dover last played on Monday, falling to Lake Forest 9-3. And let me bring in my broadcast partner, Benny Mitchell. Benny, you called Dover's first game of the season, their win over arch rival Cesar Rodney. High-scoring affair at 11-8. And what do you take from that game into Dover right now?
That was a game where Dover came out right away. Great pitching, great defense. They held Cesar Rodney hitless until like the 4th inning. Then it looked like it was, even in the broadcast talking about, we thought we were headed to a 10-run rule, and then Cesar Rodney opens up in the middle of the game, and boom, next thing you know, it's a 2-run ball game, and then Dover pulled away at the end. But Dover showed they used I think 3 pitchers in that game. Mm-hmm. Nobody with great velocity, but great placement. A little bit of off speed when they needed it, and they just kept the Cesar Rodney bat stifled for all but maybe 2 innings.
We've got a pretty nice day out here, thank goodness. The last couple of days have been pretty chilly here in the first days. We've dropped down into the 40s, but today we're expected to be playing this game in the low to mid 50s. The breeze, not too bad today as well. Again, high winds the past couple of days, so thankful that the winds are down. As we have a ball game coming up here with Dover High and DMA. They've played each other the last few years in the regular season. Dave Gordon's the head coach in his 10th season at Dover High. He's a graduate at Dover High, class of 97, and he's had Dover in the state tournament every year going back to at least to 2010, and they've been in 5 semifinals in the last 7 years. They're 1-2 versus DMA in the regular season since 2017, and these two are 1-1 against each other in the playoffs. Dover won 4-3 in 2015 and then lost to DMA 8-0 in 2017. Aaron Lewis is the head coach, hired in 2013 for DMA. He's a graduate of St. Elizabeth's, class of 2000, where he was an all-state outfielder. He has DMA in the playoffs for 6 of the past 7 seasons, including the quarterfinals, the last time they had a playoff in 2019.
You talk about that Dover being in the semis. 2018 is when they took Cape, the eventual state champions, I believe, extra innings in the semifinals.
That's right, it was a great game there. Okay, Benny, after a few words from our sponsors, we'll be back with the starting lineups and the start of today's game right here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Dover High School and the Capital School District encourages all parties involved to practice.
Back here at Dover High School, Glenn Frazier alongside Benny Mitchell, and operating the camera way up high on top of the dugout is Nick Halliday. Let's run down the starting lineups for today. We'll start with the visiting DMA Seahawks. Jackson Tyler will lead off. He's the shortstop, followed by Mason McCloskey, who will be in center field. The pitcher, Kevin Williams, bats third, followed by the catcher, Mason DeLuca. Then the right fielder, Logan Wiley. Left fielder, Zach Morris. First baseman, Tyler August. Second baseman, Drew Simpson. And the third baseman, Luke Burdette. On the mound for the Dover Senators today is Hunter Chambers. Hunter will bat in the 4 spot for Dover today. Leadoff man will be Marquise Guy, who will be in center field. Tavion McCoy at third base. And he bats second, Tavion at second base, batting second. Alec Rodriguez, the shortstop, and he hits third. We already mentioned Chambers in the cleanup spot. Yoder playing third base, and he will bat fifth. He's been hot. He's had 2 hits in all 3 of Dover's games. Leandre Brittingham, the designated hitter. Austin Turner will follow him, the first baseman, followed by left fielder Ian Thomas, and Joel Gray, the right fielder, will be batting ninth. Again, set up the defense for you. The Dover Senators out in the field in their home whites. So on the mound, Hunter Chambers. Catcher is Connor McPhail. First base, Austin Turner. Second base, Tavion McCoy. Shortstop, Alec Rodriguez. Third base, Brandon Yoder. Center field, Guy. Left field, Thomas. And right field, Gray. We're about ready to go with the first pitch of the ball game this afternoon. Once again, leading off for DMA, Jackson Tyre, the shortstop. Barely a cloud in the sky.
Hey, spring break,
yes.
Good weather, and we're ready to play some baseball. I look at these spring break games. You get to get some of the non-conference games in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Of course, a happy Easter weekend to everybody out there tuning in today. Easter tomorrow. Into the month of April here in the state of Delaware, and of course after having no spring sports last year, great to see it this season.
Yeah, it's Glenn, we did opening day, and it was like getting information and stats was impossible because a lot of these kids, 90% of these kids were JV baseball players the last time they played.
First pitch is fouled. Looks like our cameraman might have a play on this one. Pretty close to cameraman Nick Halliday, and just a long strike. By the way, did you move your vehicle?
I did. I moved it as close as I could to the bleachers as I could, and hopefully that we don't get too many straight-up pop flies. Because that truck's old, so it should be all right. Just protect the windshield.
Pitcher Chambers gets the first pitch in for the strike on the foul ball. Tyre set in the box. The 0-1 count. Another foul ball, so he's in the hole 0-2. Got a decent amount of fans out here today. Good to see fans out of sporting events as well.
Absolutely. And possibly next week they could be relaxing the mask rule for the players.
Yeah, I think the DIAA meets on Thursday, I believe, Benny, to go over the governor's latest resolutions dealing with mask wearing in the pandemic. Here's the third pitch. Ground ball to third base on 1 hop. So the first is in time. The first out of the inning goes from Yoder over to Turner.
Now batting number 12.
Brings up the center fielder, Mason McCloskey. Number 12 for DMA, the lefty. As so far, Chambers has thrown nothing but strikes. Just underway in this ball game here from Dover High School.
And one of the better playing surfaces I've been to, Glenn. The field's in great shape.
The whole complex is just fantastic, isn't it?
I said Dover High School's athletic complex reminds me of a D3 program.
2 balls and no strikes to McCloskey. Yeah, Kevin Turner and his staff do a great job here with all the facilities. And, of course, Dover High hosted the state championship football game this past season, Benny. We were here for that.
That's right.
And, of course, the state winter track and field meet.
This wants to step off, maybe loosen his grip up a little bit. 3 balls, close to being in the dirt, 1 in the dirt. So squeezing that ball just a little tight here to get started.
There's a called strike on the 3-0 pitch. Looks like Chambers trying to keep the ball down a little bit on McCloskey. And there's a swing and a drive. That goes deep to right field. And that's a home run. Second batter of the game. Mason McCloskey goes yard. And it's 1-0 DMA.
That tells us why we're seeing so many low pitches early in the count there.
Exactly.
A little bit of respect.
Yeah, Chambers tried to keep the ball down in the zone on him, but that one got just a little bit too high.
And he had a big old leg kick on that one, too. He's tracked that all the way in.
Now batting for DMA, the pitcher, Kevin Williams. Hunter Chambers gets the call from his catcher. And there's another, looks like a little bloop shot out in the left, and that's going to fall in for the second hit of the game.
The batter was Kevin Williams, the pitcher. Now batting number 17, Mason.
That brings up the catcher, Mason DeLuca. Runner on, one out here, top of the first inning. DMA has scored on a home run by McCloskey.
So we're going to have a pinch runner here, courtesy runner.
Yes, DMA making the change now. Give a little extra breather to the pitcher, Kevin Williams, who had the base hit. Coming in for him, it looks to be Peyton Brannock. The runner at first base now, one out. And the first pitch coming up to DeLuca. There's a called strike. Dover's catcher, Connor McPhail, is going to have to do a great job of blocking everything because there is a lot of room behind him in the backstop.
He caught and pitched in the opening season opener against Caesar Rodney. Came in through a couple innings of relief.
A momentary timeout by the home plate umpire. One out in the inning, top of the first. 0-1 count to DeLuca. A little high in the zone. It'll even the count at 1-1. Dover comes in with a record of 1-2. They won their opening game of the season as Benny called the game, 11-8 over Caesar Rodney, and they've lost the last two.
Yeah, we talked before the broadcast, and we'll say there's going to be a lot of parity, at least in the Henlopen Conference this year.
Yeah, fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes to DeLuca. Yeah, Benny, if we take a look at our top 10 on Delaware Live Sports, we have Appoquinimink ranked number 1 right now, and St. Mark's 2, then Cape Henlopen at 3. Caravel, Sally's, this DMA squad number 6, followed by Sussex Central, Sussex Tech, Middletown, and Conrad. There's a shot just past the diving third baseman down the left field line. And they're going to send the runner. Here's the throw. A little bit late as he goes diving in. And runners on the corners. 3 straight hits now for DMA.
Now batting the right fielder, number 22, Logan Willie.
Right fielder. Logan, I thought it was Wiley, but we'll go with Willie.
That's the downstate pronunciation for it.
Usually if you have 2 L's, it's Willie. And we've got a timeout.
Yeah, Dover's coach came out and had a question for the plate umpire. Now they're going to have a brief discussion.
That was a nice shot by DeLuca down the line. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Hunter Chambers retired the first batter of the game on a ground ball, third to first.
I guess I was wrong. I said there was going to be a brief discussion. It's going to be maybe a longer than we thought.
Yeah, I don't know what this is about.
Yeah, I couldn't. With the mask on, can't even read lips now. So.
1-1 plus home play umpires. He's back to us. That makes it
I was
even
talking
tougher.
about the coach when he came out. Well, he went straight to the DMA coach. So
right. And there's a discussion down there. The third base coach, I believe, is the head coach, Aaron Lewis. Again, with everybody masked up, it's a little hard to make everybody out. But
this is the same crew that did the CR Dover game. They're just flipping positions.
Oh, okay. Well, discussion is over, and they're going to send the base runner back to second base. So instead of runners of the corners, first and second for DMA with one out here in the top of the first, and that brings up the right fielder, Logan Willie. 3 straight hits now for DMA.
We'll see if we can, between innings, find out what happened there with the runner situation.
Well, as he came around second, hesitated, and then saw the ball bobble in left field and then took off for third. But obviously that has nothing to do with sending him back. There was something else that went on. Ground ball, right side. First baseman gloves it, throws to the pitcher covering. Nice play to get the second out of the inning as the other 2 runners advance. So that goes Austin Turner to the pitcher, Hunter Chambers. Second out of the inning, second and third, and that brings up Zach Morris, the left fielder.
Dorsey almost got caught in no man's land there, Glenn, as he ran to third a little strong.
Yeah, he did. Chambers trying to get out of a jam here at the top of the first. Gets a swing and a miss from Morris for the first strike. DMA scored earlier this inning on a solo home run by McCloskey. There's another ground ball that might be in the hole. No, good stop by the shortstop, but I don't think he's going to get it. No. Run scores. It's 2-0 DMA, and again, runners on the corners.
Now batting the first baseman, Tyler August.
Brings up first baseman Tyler August for DMA.
Son of Brian August, Blue Hen Hall of Famer.
How about that?
I believe he coaches at Wilmington College. Also a wrestler, too.
Now, you would know that.
For the Seahawks.
Benny's our staff expert on the wrestling. A little outside for ball.
You don't find a lot of wrestlers that play baseball in high school. I mean, there's some, there's just not a lot.
I know when I went to high school, a lot of the wrestlers actually were on track and field.
Right.
Discus throwers, shot putters. Of course, the runner went. That's defensive indifference, not a stolen base. A little outside again. 2-0 to August. Hunter Chambers again trying to get out of a jam here. 4 hits in the inning. 2 runs in. That's called a little high, I guess, for ball 3. Drew Simpson is on deck.
I thought it was a good spot for a 2-0 pitch, and just didn't get the umpire to see it that way.
No, could have been a little outside, too.
And August is taking up a lot of the box. Look how close he was to the plate.
That's ball 4, and I guess, not really a terribly bad thing there. Now you can get a force out anywhere.
The second baseman, Drew Simpson.
Drew Simpson, the second baseman, up now with the sacks full. 2 outs in the inning. Luke Burdette, the number 9 hitter, is on deck. Should the inning be extended. Chambers' first delivery is too high to Simpson, and ball 1. Very little wind right now, which is a good thing. It's been so windy in the first state the last couple of days. Now we've got a pleasant afternoon here for high school baseball. That's an off-speed pitch in there for a strike.
That's what I noticed in the first game, Glenn, the success of the Dodgers. And next thing you know, Dover out in their Dodger-like uniforms with the cursive Dover across the chest and the red number.
Another off-speed pitch. Catcher
Hey,
lost
Simon.
it. Runner started to come from third. Now they head back.
Yeah, McPhail got just enough of that with his glove to keep it from getting to that backstop. He gets to that backstop, that's going to be a run
Yeah.
score. There's a lot of real estate back here.
It got just about to the painted D behind him at home plate. And he almost caught the runner on third coming around. Looked like a good pitch, and it is a call for a strike. 2-2 count to Simpson.
Deuce is wild.
Chambers from the stretch. Foul ball out of play over the press box. Count remains 2-2 with 2 outs. Base is full here in the top of the first. DMA leading 2-0. Chambers delivery.
Curveball.
Yep, hit foul. Out in front of it was Simpson.
A high hanging curveball, too.
So the runner at third base is Mason Rossiter. He came in to run for Mason DeLuca for DMA. Seahawks undefeated coming in here today, 3-0. They just played yesterday, improving their record to 3-0 with a 4-0 win.
Yesterday, a bitter cold day to be playing baseball.
You got that right. That is hit to left field. And that will end the inning as the left fielder for Dover, Ian Thomas, grabs it for the final out. So in the inning, 4 hits and 2 runs for DMA. DMA scores 2. Dover coming to bat right after this.
And welcome back to Dover High School for today's baseball game, brought to you in part by Sodell Concepts, 12 chef-driven restaurants on the culinary coast in southern Delaware. Also, Arena's Deli, 7 locations throughout the state. Downtown Rehoboth Beach, Arena's Cafe on Highway 1 Rehoboth, in Lewis at the Village of 5 Points, at the airport in Georgetown, Long Neck, Milford, and their Newark location on Main Street. Glenn, talk about what we just learned between the innings with the play on the ball hit down third base line and sent the runner back.
Yeah, they call catcher's interference, so I don't know why DMA gets penalized for that. But regardless, the runner was sent back to second base. Didn't really figure into the scoring. That base runner ended up scoring anyhow for DMA. So the Seahawks, they get 2 runs in their top half of the first inning. Dover coming up to bat. Let's set the defense for you for DMA. On the mound, Kevin Williams. Behind the plate, Mason DeLuca. First base is Tyler August. At second, Drew Simpson. Third base, Luke Burdett. And shortstop is Jackson Tyre. In left field is Morris. Center field, McCloskey. And Willie is in right. Leading off for the Dover Senators, the center fielder, Marquise Guy. One of the fastest players on this
kid
Dover
can
team.
fly. Yeah, he had a couple hits in that in the CR game where he just burned the first baseline. I mean, there was a couple infield hits.
Swings at the first pitch and fouls it out of the field of play here, the right side.
I believe he's on the blue gold game for the Senators in football.
Yeah, had a pretty good year. And there's a curveball, ground ball to short. Let's say this is going to be a tough. The third baseman cuts it off, and the ball got away from the first baseman, so Guy will be on. I'm going to think that he might have beat that out and call that an infield single.
Yeah, it's check swing on the curveball, slow roller in the hole there between
short and third.
And third, and he's able to get across. A little bit of a low throw, but it was going to be close.
It was. Burdett did a good job of cut that off. Because you're right, the grass really slowed that ball down. Now we'll keep an eye on Guy. He's dangerous, and you look for him to try to swipe a base here. Tavion McCoy, now the batter for Dover, second baseman. And now we got time.
One thing I noticed with this Dover team, when they played Cesar Rodney, Glenn, they run the bases well. They take the extra base. You know, they manufacture runs.
First pitch from Williams is low to McCoy, ball one. So Dover won their opening game of the season 11-8. They've dropped the last two games, being outscored by a combined 13-3. And there goes Guy, and he'll easily swipe second base.
And we said that's what he can do.
And the pitch was ball two. Yeah, he got a real good jump that time.
Didn't get to really run the bases in the CR game with Rigby on the mound, the lefty from Cesar Rodney.
Did a good job of holding him on.
Good job, yeah, absolutely. But he was on base almost every at bat.
Guy in scoring position for Dover. He's a leadoff batter. McCoy has a 2-0 count. And he swings at a borderline high pitch to make it 2 balls and a strike. Alex Rodriguez, the shortstop, is on deck for Dover. Williams ready to deliver. And that ball is hit right down the line. Fielded by the third baseman, holds the runner. Now he's not. They've got him in a rundown. And Guy is tagged out. So for McCoy, that'll be a fielder's choice. And a good job by the third baseman for DMA, Burdett, of faking Guy out.
Yeah, he looked him back, and then faked him. And
number 13, Alec Rodriguez.
Guy, he needed Glenn there to just concede the out at first, and he was inching out and just doing just what DMA wanted. They get the lead runner.
Now that brings the left-hander to the plate. Alex Rodriguez, the shortstop for Dover. 1 out. McCoy at first.
Rodriguez is the guy they move around. He played a little bit of left field in the game against Cesar Rodney. He played some shortstop today, starting at shortstop. So kind of a guy they move around on the defense.
Now he's listed on the website as infield or outfield or pitcher. He's Mr. Everything. First pitch was high for a ball. Curveball. Low and inside, 2-0.
I tell you what he does do. He's a no doubles left fielder, man. He can get to the line. He's got good speed too.
Kevin Williams on the mound. He's a senior. 2-0 pitch. Is also off speed and in the dirt, and it'll be a 3-0 count to Rodriguez. Hitters count right here. Do they give him the green light? And now the batter, Rodriguez, calls time. A little bit too much time taken by the pitcher, Williams. McCoy on first base, gets his lead. We're in the bottom of the first inning here at Dover High. And that's outside for ball 4. So the Senators, first and second base now for cleanup hitter, the pitcher, Hunter Chambers.
Here's a chance here for Chambers to help himself out. Maybe get one of those back with a runner in scoring position and out here in the bottom of the first.
He had a couple of hits in your game, that
Yes, he
first
did.
game against Caesar Rodney, and I think he also came in and pitched and got the save.
That's correct. Off the handle.
Yeah, a little inside out there. Foul ball down the right side. 0-1 count to Chambers. Kevin Williams from the stretch. And there's a shot to center field. The center fielder appears to have it. And there will be no tag. That's the second out of the inning. That brings up Brandon Yoder. And Yoder, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, he's had 2 hits in each of Dover's 3 games.
Yeah, this kid's a good hitter.
Now batting for the Senators, the third baseman, number 1, Brandon Yoder.
He even gets walk-up music. I said, well, he's hitting this shit. He gets walk-up music.
Yeah, nobody else did, right? Yoder, we don't know his exact batting average, but it should be pretty high with 6 hits in 3 games. First and second, 2 outs. Williams is a little high, but fouled away by Yoder. One thing I've noticed in this first inning, Benny, is every one of these batters are hitterish today.
Right.
They're not taking a whole lot
No,
of pitches.
you're right. I think we've had, 2 walks maybe? 1, 2?
We have 1 walk on 4 pitches to Rodriguez, who's at first base. And a walk on the Dover side, also 4 pitches. That's right down the middle for a strike. So Yoder's in the hole, 0-2. I think you better watch out for a breaking ball here.
The wind's starting to blow in our face here, Glenn.
Yeah, it's picked up a little bit. Still nothing like it has been the last few days, Benny.
No. And it's my fault because I rearranged went out and worked on the patio and rearranged everything, and the wind hadn't stopped blowing since.
I see.
Chairs all over the yard. And
Gotcha. Williams now ready, the 0-2 pitch.
I try to be domestic when I can,
Fouled off, out of play. Cameraman Nick Halliday looked like he had a beat on that one.
The former Mount Pleasant Green Knights. They played a little baseball up there. I mean, trying to get back in his glory days on top of the dugout here today.
See how good he is without a glove.
Yeah. He better protect that camera is what he better do. These things aren't cheap.
Once again, the 0-2 delivery. 2 runners on for Dover. 2 outs here, bottom of the first. Curveball. Must have been outside, off the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Yoder. Yoder trying to get Dover on the board, trailing 2-0. Designated hitter Brittingham is on deck. And here's the 1-2 delivery to Yoder. Ground ball, foul down the right field line. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes to Yoder.
Hey, let's go, one. Come on, kids.
Yeah, you're right, Brenny. Spring break this past week for at least all the public schools. So we'll see a lot of action kick in next week. And
When the conference schedule comes back to into play. Something we're not going to be talking about in football season, Glenn, is conference schedules as they switch to the 3-flight or the 3-class, AAA, AA, and single A.
Yeah.
It's going to break up the conferences.
I guess there'll no longer be a blue hen and a henloping champ. Here's the pitch. Curveball down in the dirt. Yoder held off, so it's a 2-2 count on him. Yeah, for the traditionalist, it's going to seem sad.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
It is what it is, and we'll go with it.
We just have to learn the new terminology, that's all.
Got to adjust. Kevin Williams taking a long time trying to get the pitch signal he wants from his catcher. Now he's set. 2-2 delivery to Yoder. Ground ball, kind of fisted that one down towards short. Throw to first in the dirt, and it gets past the first baseman. A run will score to make it 2-1. And Dover is on the board. That brings up designated hitter Leandre Brittingham. Yoder reaches on the air.
The designated hitter, number 23.
And he takes second base.
Brittingham.
Rodriguez moves down to third. And McCoy scores Dover's first run of the game. Brittingham, big left-hander up the plate.
I believe he made a pinch hitting appearance in the CR game. I know he batted.
Tried to check, but he went around for a strike. 2 runners in scoring position here for Brittingham. Ball high, so a 1-1 count to the designated hitter. He's batting for catcher Connor McPhail in the lineup. Williams ready with a 1-1 pitch.
That looked
Called
like
strike.
Inside corner right on the knees there, Glenn.
Ball and 2 strikes to Brittingham.
Good 1-1 pitch.
Yes, it was. Good location. Williams delivery. High pop-up. I believe that's going to stay in. It'll be in foul territory. And the third baseman does a real good job fighting off the wind to make the catch. That's Luke Burdett to end the inning. 1 inning in the books. It's 2-1 DMA over Dover, and we'll be back after this.
Welcome back to the state capitol here in Dover, Delaware, home of the Senators. Folks, want to talk about Louis Pizza, home of the grinder in Rehoboth Beach, 11 Rehoboth Avenue, just steps away from the beach and boardwalk. Glenn, so far 2-1. DMA doing it with the 3 hits, and Dover doing it with the 1 hit and the error. 1 inning gone, and a lot of base runners has been on base so far.
Oh, yeah. Bases loaded. DMA left him loaded in the top half of the first, and Dover with 2 runners left on base in the bottom half. So here we go to the second inning.
DMA, the third
baseman Luke Burdett, who just caught that pop-up in foul territory to end the first inning. Going against Hunter Chambers. So far, Dover being out-hit 4-1. Nice fastball right down the middle, swing and a miss by Burdett. This is how Chambers started out the game. He was really bringing it to the first batter. Then he kind of lost the zone a little.
Well, after that home run, he pitched him very tightly, and then on a 3-0 or 3-1 gives up the home run, and he wasn't the same after that.
Just missed without pitch. 1-1 delivery. Fouled out of play for strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes. Hunter Chambers. facing his 9th batter of the game. So on deck, the leadoff batter, Jackson Tyre, who grounded out third to first to start the ball game. Nice curveball to get the K. First strikeout for
Back to the top
Chambers.
of the order, the shortstop,
Brings up
Jackson
Tyre. Again, 0 for 1 in the ball game, a ground out. Well, thank you for joining us today here for this high school baseball game on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Glenn Fraser alongside Benny Mitchell. Ball 1. First pitch to Tyre. Working our camera today, Nick Halliday.
The boss. Literally, the boss.
Yeah, so I guess we better not say anything else about him missing that foul ball earlier.
That's right.
Good thing he can't hear us. That pitch a little high. Chambers with a 2-0 count. There's an inside strike. 2-1 to Tyre. 1 out in the inning. Chambers' delivery. That one's high and even behind the batter. Or 3-1. Chambers' 3-1 delivery. That ball is struck the left center field, and that one goes all the way to the fence. And they're going to hold him to a double. Now he's going to advance on the overthrow. So a double for Tyre.
With the error.
And the 5th hit of the game for DMA.
Batter's number 12, Mason McCloskey.
That ball was ripped almost into the crosswind.
Yeah, the flag blowing from left to right, and it's a strong wind too.
So 1 out, and that brings up McCloskey, who hit the home run in the first inning.
That flag line's blowing straight up. You can count every star on it. You're talking about 20-mile-an-hour wind coming across that field.
Yeah. Chambers. And they're going to go ahead and let Tyre lead off third. They're not holding him on. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. Hey, you're right. Last time a 3-1 count on McCloskey when he ripped the home run ball over the right field fence. And he rips that one. Oh, nice leaping catch by the second baseman, Tavion McCoy.
He's got bunnies there, man. He got up, man.
Wow. Second out of the inning. And a big out for Dover because that strands Tyre third for the moment. That brings up Kevin Williams, the pitcher, who singled his first time up to bat. I tell you what, you look out there, and McCoy's not that tall.
No, and he's playing midway between the bases too, so he got up.
Nice off-speed pitch in there for a strike, and not only did he get up, he got up in a hurry. That ball was ripped.
It was. He doesn't stop it. Nobody is. It's on his way to the fence because there's that thing was just smashed down there.
Ground ball, left side, gets past the pitcher, run scores because not in time. The throw to first on a hop. I'm going to call that an infield hit for Williams. And he gets an RBI there. And it's now 3-1 DMA. That brings up Mason DeLuca, the catcher, and he also singled in the first.
The catcher, Mason DeLuca.
Yeah, after the home run, they got a little bit of a roll there in the first inning, and looks like they're set to do it again.
Well, they're really hitting the ball hard, that's for sure. No, I didn't check to see if they ran for Williams again, Benny.
Yeah.
I think they did.
Yes, they have.
Called strike to DeLuca. Oh, drive down the left field line. Fair ball. That's going to go almost all the way down to the fence. Williams comes around to third, and he's being held up there. I think that is Williams staying in the game. I'm trying to check and see.
Yeah, I can't see from the front number because he slid and has dirt all over it.
Right. A double for DeLuca. It brings up Logan Whitley, the right fielder.
Now batting the right
Grounded
fielder,
out to
Logan
first
Whitley.
base with the pitcher covering last time up the bat. I know they brought in Brannick to run for Williams in the first inning. And it's kind of hard from this angle to see if that's an 18 or a 10 out there. But I'm thinking that might be Brannick out there running again.
Right, and you got Rosser running, I guess, for the catcher now at second.
Okay. It's the same thing they did last inning. Now, I went with the pronunciation of the PA announcer early on, but I hear the DMA teammates yelling Wiley from the bench.
Well, that'll be the northern pronunciation of that. It's Willie when you move down south. You know?
Yeah, well, even though we are in Dover, which is the central part of the state,
that's right.
We're going to go with the correct pronunciation of Wiley.
I think the 1L makes it Wiley.
That's what I thought to begin with, but the PA announcer said Willie, so I went with him.
You go to western Sussex County where there's 2 L's all over the place, from Bridgeville down to Delmar.
Oh, that one gets past the catcher. Easily scoring is the pinch runner. And that pushes the DMA lead to 4-1. Two outs. Runner now at third base for the Seahawks. Oh, my. That one's over the catcher's head, and they're going to score another one here on the wild pitch. And that makes it 5-0. As we said at the top of the broadcast, there's a lot of space between home plate and the backstop.
And no bounce back there. That's just fabric. You know, it's just going to have, you could hear it when it hit the chain link fence. So you're going to get no bounce back off of that.
So DMA has scored 2 runs this inning with 2 outs as they lead 5-1. Home plate umpire breaks up the meeting at the mound. As the count on Wiley is 2-0. Base is empty now. Right down the middle. 2 balls and a strike to Wiley. Last time up, he hit a ground ball to the first baseman, to the pitcher covering. There's a shot that's going to be punched into left field, and then yet another hit for DMA. Three consecutive 2-out hits for the Seahawks.
And they got that C&I single guy going on here, and the one down the third out when he puts the opposite field and just puts it where nobody can get to it.
8 hits now for DMA in just the second inning. Morris, the left fielder, stands in now. He singled his first time up. Foul back and out of play. Chambers trying to get out of this second inning without any further damage.
Glenn, that 3 o'clock sun is just sticking up on the – been overhead of us since 11 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, that looks like the noon sun position.
It does.
But I'm telling you what, I'm glad we have sun out here today.
Oh.
The winds have died down from the previous few days.
March gave us enough rain. I guess that's March's job, though.
The off-speed pitch popped up on the left side. The third baseman for Dover backs up, and drops it. And they're going to end up with a runner at third and first on the play.
We're seeing that crosswind really coming into effect now.
It did there.
We in the last half inning, you saw the little dance that the DMA third baseman had to do, where he secured the foul ball, but that ball was we could see him drifting more and more to the left.
Yeah, Yoder was trying to fight with that one, and he just couldn't bring it in. So now runners in the corners with 2 outs, and the batter's Tyler August, the first baseman. Now the Dover catcher Connor McPhail giving a signal on this first and third situation, which usually they just let the runner go to second without a throw. Let's see what Dover comes up with here.
Yeah, good hitter at the plate, too.
August walked his first time up on 4 straight pitches.
He takes up that plate, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Ground ball to second base. And up with it for the out, McCoy over to first baseman, Turner. And Dover finally out of the inning, but not before DMA puts 3 more on the board on 4 hits. And they now lead 5-1, and we'll be back with the bottom of the second right after this.
And welcome back to Dover High School. The Senators and the Seahawks here after 1.5. Folks, let's talk about Green Blade Turf and Irrigation in Dover, Delaware. They do the work on this field here, Glenn. That's Todd Berger. He was a former Cape and Lopin baseball player. His son, Toddy Berger, played here at Dover, and they do a little bit of the work here on the field. Glenn, this is how Dover comes back in this inning. 5-1, they're not out of this. They've done something nobody else has done this year. They've scored a run on DMA. Right. And let's see how they come back in and how they answer here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, it will be how they can put something together here. Somebody needs to make something happen, and you kind of pick up the rest of the team because DMA's been peppering the ball. 8 hits already in 2 innings for the Seahawks. Dover leading off the bottom of the second is the first baseman, Austin Turner. And he hits the first pitch, ground ball to shortstop. Throw over to first, one hop, can't handle it. And taking second base is Turner. Tyre threw that one a little low. And the Seahawk first baseman, August, couldn't come up with it.
He has struggled from the shortstop position so far today, Glenn. It's I think 3 that's been in the dirt over there at first base.
Trying to get the lay of the land here. So leadoff man on for the Senators here in the bottom of the second inning. Brings up the left fielder, Ian Thomas. With Turner down at second base after the errant throw. High pitch gets past the catcher. Did it hit him? Yeah, the umpire is going to say that, I believe. Yes, hit by pitch. This Turner was on his way to third.
Luckily, he got his arms up because he absolutely opened the wrong way and able to get his arm up and keep that pitch from hitting him in the face.
Well, here's another player with walk-up music. Joel Gray, the right fielder. As Dover trying to get something here going in the second inning. At the bottom of the order, they get the first 2 base runners on.
Man, coming up the beach music, man. I feel like I'm down.
Waiting in the wings on deck is Marquise Guy, who singled to start Dover's first inning. And then he got himself in a little rundown.
Well, we said let's see how Dover answers, and they come in with a get on by error and then a hit batter. No outs. They have runners on first and second here.
It's a key batter right now, the number 9 in the order.
Center fielder Joel Gray.
Joel Gray, I have him listed as the right fielder. So Dover must have made a change. We had Guy listed as a center fielder to start the game when we got the lineup card from the Dover coaching staff.
I think Dover pitcher checking to see if there's something on here on this play as he steps off and looks over to second base.
Looking to see if Gray was going to bunt. He's not. Doesn't show it there anyhow. Low for ball one. Gray at the plate. Turner and Thomas on for Dover. Another low pitch across the knees and not called. That's ball two.
Both pitchers today, they seem to tighten up with runners on base, Glenn, and start missing close. But
and that could be
giving the batters good counts.
That could be the difference between pitching from the stretch and just the regular windup. Last pitch called strike, so 2-1 to Gray. Gray doesn't have much of a strike zone. That one looked pretty good, and it's called strike two. Two count. Nobody out here in Dover's half of the second inning. Williams on the mound. From the stretch, here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled away.
He just got on top of that ball right there.
Count remains 2-2. Thomas at first, Turner at second for Dover. Turner reached on a throwing error. Thomas was hit by a pitch. And Dover has the top of the order on deck in Marquise Guy. Now Gray steps out. Williams with the delivery. Low and outside, we got a full count. Runners get their leads. Williams checks the second base. And there's a little shot out of left field. That's going to fall down for a hit. Turner comes around. He's going to be waved home. And there will be no throw to the plate. Dover scores its second run of the game. And the top of the order comes up with nobody out. Nice little at-bat for Gray.
Used up about 6 pitches, and that ball was just headed towards the line the whole way.
Number 7, Marquise Guy.
Brings up the leadoff batter. Guy 1 for 1 in the game with a stolen base.
This is a Dover team that can put runs on the board, win or lose. You know, they like I said, their base running is key in their offense.
There's a ground ball up the middle. Nice grab by the pitcher. Goes to third to get the force. Back to first is not in time for Guy. Fielder's choice as Turner is out. Pitcher to third base. First out of the inning, still runners at first and second. Now McCoy up, hit into a fielder's choice, his first time up.
And he had the big snag to save the inning last inning.
He calls time for second to step out. Good defensive stab by Williams on that last hit up the middle, because that probably was going to go right on out to center field.
Absolutely, yeah.
McCoy takes a strike.
Pitch, Kevin.
Well, Benny certainly made the correct statement earlier. Dover's done something the 3 previous teams, opponents of DMA, have not been able to do.
Now done it twice.
Score a run.
Third,
nice stop by the catcher. DeLuca went down and grabbed that one and prevented the runners from moving up.
Down and over. That was about the 58-foot curveball there.
Yeah, DMA came into the game undefeated 3-0 and had yet to be scored upon until the first inning of this ball game. 1-1 pitch to McCoy. Takes it down the middle again. Ball and 2 strikes.
Corey thought about it, but then pulled back at the line of second, but called strike outside corner.
Yep, wasn't his pitch. Let's see if he gets another off-speed pitch here. Williams shaking off DeLuca. Continually shaking him off. He really doesn't like the selection being chosen. Of course, all these calls come from the dugout.
They're coming from the dugout, yeah. Well, you know, they might be calling the off speed. The last one was badly in the dirt. He may not feel comfortable going back to it.
Takes a long time to deliver this pitch. There's the curveball,
curve.
Just out of the zone.
So we know what he was shaking off now.
Yeah.
Like I say, he may just not felt comfortable with it. You know, the one before it was in the dirt, and now he's got runners at first and second.
2-2 count to McCoy. Williams again shaking off the catcher. Now he likes his selection. The 2-2 pitch. Ooh, hit him. And that will load the bases for Alec Rodriguez.
Catcher was set up tight inside there, Glenn. You saw him flashing the glove inside. And
Now batting the shortstop, Alec Rodriguez.
ball gets a little, just pitch gets away from Williams, and now we have bases loaded and a good hitter here and a good base runner.
Hey, he walked on 4 straight pitches last at bat. And then it was stranded at third base. So Dover was something going here in the bottom of the second. Trailing 5-1 to DMA. 1 out, bases loaded for Rodriguez. Rodriguez got nothing to swing at the first time up. Curveball from Williams. Low and inside for ball 1.
So you guys playing shortstop today for the Senators.
I wonder if he'll get a steady diet of breaking balls.
Right.
No, that's a fastball. Little number down the first base line goes foul.
Out a little bit in front of that pitch. And
Yeah, I didn't get all of it. Base runners.
Seahawks have the corners up. They did have the shortstop up a little bit ago. He's played back off, so they're playing double play to that.
Smart play with 1 out in the inning. That slammed to center.
In the gap,
That's
too.
in the gap, too. And will bounce up against the fence. 1 run home. Here comes the second. And here comes the third. Third of the plate. Not in time.
I told you about the Senators base running, Glenn. They did not pause. They saw that ball was gone. They saw that it was going to land. And all 3 of them, they never paused on that. And all 3 run scores, he clears the bases.
3 RBIs for Rodriguez. Bases clearing double, and it's a 1-run ball game. Chambers up to bat now, the pitcher. He flied out to center field his first time up. So that's where an error and a hit by pitch batter will hurt you.
Right. But I got 5-5. Tied up.
Oh, I didn't circle in Thomas. You're right. Yep. There's
Inside and tight.
wild pitch, I'm assuming. That'll send Rodriguez over to third base.
And it's a strike.
What?
It's one of the fans over here, I think it's the Dover fans, saying that hit the bat, which makes it a foul ball.
Oh, okay. Now the umpires are going to confer.
So it's a ball, 1-0.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it actually tipped the catcher's mitt.
That's what I thought.
That's why I didn't know. I questioned wild pitch or pass ball. That could get the runner home. Caught by the left fielder. Yeah, not in time. Rodriguez will score, and Dover has the lead at 6-5 on a sac fly by pitcher Chambers. Second out of the inning.
Again, there, Glenn, routine, tag up on a fly ball, but the Dover base running has been key.
Yeah.
They've got 6 runs on 3 hits, whereas DMA 5 runs on 8 hits. Told you coming into this game, watch these guys on the bases.
Yeah.
They will take the extra base and be aggressive.
Brings up Yoder. Takes outside for a ball.
And it kind of helps when you have the speed that they have.
Yoder reached on an error last time up. Bases are clear now. 2 outs in the inning. Ground ball to third. 2 hops. Throw to first, again low, but dug out by the first baseman for the final out of the inning. We have 2 innings in the books, and Dover has surged ahead by a score of 6-5. Back after this for the third inning.
2 innings, Dover 6.
And welcome back to Dover High School. Your score, the Dover Senators take the lead going into the third inning, 6-5. And let's talk about Lasher's Barbecue, Long Neck Road. Lasher's Barbecue, folks, try the pit beef. It's down there midway down outside Millsboro on Long Neck Road. They're getting biggie with it. Barclays Heating and Air here up in Smyrna. John and Ginger Barkley, big supporters of Smyrna Sports and 302 Sports and Delaware Live Sports. Glenn, let's talk about that last inning. We said at the beginning of the inning, how would Dover answer? Well, they showed us. They answered.
Well, they started out with Turner reaching on an error on a bad throw, then a batter hit by pitch, then a single, another hit by pitch before the big hit of the inning. That base is clear and double by Rodriguez, who then scores himself.
So the Seahawks with 5 runs on 8 hits. Dover 6 runs on 3 hits, both teams with a pair of errors.
All right, leading off the top of the third here for the Seahawks, the second baseman, Drew Simpson. Flied out to left field his first time up to bat. Hunter Chambers still on the mound for Dover. Flied again, shallow. Left fielder has lost it. Now he says, I got it.
Yeah, one away.
First he gave a little signal like, uh-oh.
Well, he's looking right into that sun that just hasn't moved all day. It's like time has stalled here in Dover, Delaware. The sun has been the same place all day.
Yeah, well, we saw the third baseman, Yoder, struggling with the sun on that pop-up one inning. 1 pitch, 1 out here, top of the third. Brings up Luke Burdett, third baseman. Struck out his first time up to bat. And takes outside for a ball. And he takes the high pitch and sends a line drive out into right center for a base hit. 9th hit of the game for the Seahawks. Brings up the leadoff batter, Tyre, the shortstop, who's doubled and grounded out. 1 for 2 today, Benny.
DMA's done a great job of using the entire field here. They've been hitting oppo, they've been pulling, and they've done a great job just using the entire field. Good hitting ball team.
So 1 out now for Tyre. Burdett at first base with his single. Chambers checks the runner at first. Looked like an attempt at an off-speed pitch there inside for a ball. So here we are in the third inning, and Tyre's third at bat.
Yeah, today could be a big stat day for the hitters. We're going to be putting. It looks like we're going to be putting runs on the board.
Fastball drilled to left field. The left fielder playing way off the line, and it goes foul. And the way that was hit, it was actually hooking into the wind.
Yeah, it was. It's blowing across the field from left to right, and it hooked right into it.
Looked like one of my golf swings, Benny, with a draw, figuring that the wind's going to hold it up, and it doesn't.
That's why I don't play golf. Mine go the other way. I slice everything.
1-1 count to Tyre. Burdett at first base with a single.
When I play golf, it sometimes seems like it's hockey.
Well, now I'll have to tell you, the ice hockey players are very good golfers. It's a natural swing motion for them.
Well, I was talking about the number of times I have to hit the ball.
Okay. Chambers ready for his delivery. 1-1 pitch. Now he goes over to first. Trying to keep Burdett close. $11 runs and 11 hits in just 2 innings plus here today. Chambers again takes a look over to first. High pitch, Burdett goes, and it hung up in the catcher's mitt, no throw. And a stolen base for Luke Burdett. Two balls and a strike to the leadoff batter for the Seahawks, Jackson Tyre, shortstop.
And again, move the runner over to scoring position, which is something you don't want to do with this DMA team because they are blistering the ball today.
Tyre's put the ball in play both times up. Curveball in for the called strike. 2-2 count. Luke Burdett down at second base for DMA, getting his lead. 1 out here, top of the third. And a 2-2 count to Tyre. High pitch for ball 3. Full count to Tyre. I wonder if Chambers will come back with that curveball again.
Again, we're seeing both pitchers starting to struggle when they get runners, especially in scoring position, and even on base. There it is. You caught it.
And a swing and a miss for second strikeout of the game for Chambers and the second out of this inning.
The Swami Glenn Frazier calls the pitch on the full count.
Every once in a while, I guess right. McCluskey up now. He's 1 for 2 today. Lined out to the second baseman on a great leaping catch by McCoy and then smashed a home run. They're going to walk him.
Hey,
not a bad choice. Because he's been ripping the ball today, even when he gets out. Brings up the pitcher, Kevin Williams, and he's 2 for 2.
Well, he turned McCoy into a 6-footer there in the last inning.
Williams has 2 hits, has scored 2 runs. Trying to get a big hit here for his own cause. With the Seahawks trailing 6-5 to Dover. Now Williams calls time and steps out of the box. Catcher Connor McPhail with the mask off, yelling out.
He's taking control. I'm going to tell you, he's the quarterback of this team, without doubt.
Chambers likes the call. And the first pitch to Williams. Gets a high strike call from the umpire. Chambers trying to battle back here, as both teams have scored at least 1 run in both at-bats in the first 2 innings.
There's your curve.
High pitch, hit out to left. And the left fielder for Dover makes the one-handed grab. Making the catch out there is Ian Thomas to end the inning. A scoreless half inning for DMA. They had a hit in the inning, but no runs. We go to the bottom of the third with Dover on top, 6-5.
And welcome back to 302 Sports, Delaware Live Sports from Dover High School, the DMA Seahawks, and the Dover Senators. Folks, want to talk about Active Pest Solutions, specializing in ants, termites, and wildlife management, locally owned and operated since 2000. And Capstone Homes, your Delaware home, created your way. Glenn, here we go. Bottom of the third, we have a pitching change for the Seahawks.
Yep, well, they're going to move the first baseman into the mound, so Tyler August is now pitching. Looks like the catcher, DeLuca, moves to first base. Pitcher, Kevin Williams, moves to second base. And it looks like the catcher now, I can't make out the number because of the straps. I believe those are the 4 changes defensively.
Yeah, I think it's the same catcher.
Okay, it is the same catcher. Well, it looks like number 17 playing first base. That's DeLuca. Up to bat for Dover, the designated hitter, Brittingham. And he takes a called strike. To start the bottom half of the third inning, Dover on top 6-5. And that one's low and inside for a ball.
August bringing a little bit of velocity here for the DMA.
Yeah, early on. He appears to be pitching a little bit faster than Williams. So, good idea by Coach Aaron Lewis to switch things up, different speeds, different pitchers, try to get used to this. Last pitch was high for a ball, 2-1. And there's a little nubber.
Off the handle, yeah.
And the pitcher, August, flips it over to the first baseman for the first out of the inning. As Brittingham goes out 1-3.
First baseman, Austin Turner.
And that brings up first baseman Austin Turner for Dover, who reached on an error his first time up and scored a run. Yeah, Benny, Mason DeLuca has moved to first. Yeah, but so we got to figure out who the catcher is. First pitch fouled away by Austin Turner.
And Dover, they don't waste any time. New pitcher, they just come up hacking.
And I got to tell you, this pitcher, August, he's working quickly.
He's working very fast, yes.
Curveball, swing and a miss. Nasty curve. 0-2 count to Turner.
Another one.
And another, and way out in front of it, 3-pitch strikeout. Second out of the inning. That brings up Ian Thomas, who was hit by a pitch last inning, scored a run.
Fielder Ian Thomas.
With Thomas, there's another kid with speed.
Mm-hmm.
I watched him out in left field. He plays way off the line, and he was able to get to a couple fly balls as they were routine. Ooh, must have been a little outside.
He is not giving you a chance to get settled in that box. He's right back on there and coming with the next one.
That went in the dirt.
Squeeze that one a little too much.
And it's ball 2 to Thomas. Thomas, who was hit by a pitch last inning. Looking at a 2-0 count. Right down the middle for a called strike. That last strikeout in 3 pitches by August, the first strikeout by a DMA pitcher today. Outside with ball 3. August trying to paint the outside corner, not getting the call. So 3-1 to Thomas. Gray on deck. There's one right down the pipe. Full count. Trying to get a 1-2-3 inning for the first time today for either team, and he gets it on the swinging strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for Dover. 3 in the books. Senators 6, Seahawks 5, and we'll be back with more on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
And welcome back to high school baseball on Delaware Live Sports, powered by 302 Sports. Juwan Johnson State Farm in Dagsboro, home, auto, property, and business, life, and health. Juwan Johnson State Farm. Scott Smith of Edward Jones Financial Advisor, making sense of investing on 2nd Street in Selbyville, Delaware. Glenn, we had our first scoreless inning on both halves, and here we go to the 4th. And after, 11 runs in the first 2, now things are starting to settle down. Let's see what the 4th inning brings us.
Yeah, how about that? We're going to lead off here, DMA, top of the 4th inning with Mason DeLuca, who started the game catching and moved to first base last inning as Rossiter came in to catch. DeLuca, it's 2 for 2 today with a single and a double. Also has scored a run. As he faces Hunter Chambers. A little outside for a ball.
Nice little crowd here today, Glenn,
as
Delaware opens up the gates, so to say, for sporting events.
There's a swing and a miss at an outside pitch. Yeah, I'm impressed with the crowd today. A lot of lawn chairs out here today.
Yeah, everybody properly socially distanced.
Yes, they are. 1-1 count to DeLuca.
We're even on opposite ends of 6-foot tables.
We are. Yep. And we made sure the cameraman was socially distanced as well.
Yes, we did.
Chambers again with an outside pitch, 2-1. And we even put him up on top of the dugout. He's just got to protect the equipment.
Got our photographer, Ben Fulton, in the house, too. So,
yeah.
Full day of 3-2 attending to this game.
2-1 delivery is flied into the outfield. Looks like left fielder Thomas is getting under it. And he makes the grab for the first out here in the 4th inning. And the first time that Dover has retired DeLuca. Yeah, all of a sudden, only one base hit in the last inning plus, after we had 11 hits total in the first 2 innings.
Well, that's good. That'll speed the game up and get us out here a little sooner, because this wind is starting to pick up and blow into my face. I already had to move the commercial chart.
Brings up right fielder Logan Wiley. And the lefty takes a called strike on the outside corner. He's 1 for 2 today, a single and a ground out. Hunter Chambers appears to have settled in a little bit. Ball outside.
He's hanging that curveball, I'll tell you. He's
Yeah.
leaving it up.
That one was up in the zone a little bit, that's for sure. 1-1 count to Wiley. Chambers. And the pitch. And that one's high for ball 2. 2-1 count. Glenn Fraser alongside Benny Mitchell. Nick Halliday on camera. Nice day here at Dover High School. Good crowd for the ball game today. Even got lawn chairs out beyond the outfield fence.
Yeah.
There's a swing and a miss. 2-2 count.
I'd love for it to stay this way, but it is the Mid-Atlantic area, and the weather can change within the hour.
Well, at least the long-range forecast has sunny and in the 60s for most of next week.
It snowed yesterday.
And a swing at an outside pitch. Second strikeout of the game for Chambers.
Chambers starting to settle in here, Glenn. Got roughed up in the first couple of innings, and this inning in the last, he seems to let up one hit, but no runs over the past 2.
Starting to do a little better job of locating his pitches. So 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 4th. That brings up Zach Morris, the left fielder. 1 for 2 today. Singled his first time up. Called strike in the outside part of the play. On deck is Tyler August, who's pitching now in the ball game for the Seahawks. Oh, got him to go after a pitch in the dirt. Nasty curveball. 0-2. Chambers trying to get his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game after August did that for the Seahawks.
Moore seems to be a little unsettled in the box. Feet moving around, even after that pitch that was blowing in the dirt.
Not a bad 0-2 pitch, but way outside. Morris wouldn't go for that. A ball and 2 strikes. DMA had a 5-1 lead in this game. Dover then had a 5-spot put up in the second inning. And that's where we sit, 6-5. Nice line shot up the middle for a base hit. Second hit of the game for Morris.
Just as I said that, he settles himself in the box and gets a base hit.
And that brings up August. As we mentioned, he's now pitching in the game. August 0 for 1 today with a walk.
It's 10 hits for DMA in this game so far.
Well, you're right. They're using all parts of the field. They're going with the pitch. And that time, Morris took a pitch right out over the plate and just drilled it up the middle. On deck, Drew Simpson. 2 outs, runner at first for DMA. I think that was a foul tip. On the swing, a strike to Tyler August. Morris down at first base. Runner goes, got a good jump, and he's going to be safe at second. I believe the pitch was a ball. So Morris now in scoring position, represents the tying run in this ball game. And August has a 1-1 count. Outside with a off-speed pitch, 2-1. Connor McPhail, the Dover catcher, is going to have to keep an eye on Morris.
He's got a big lead, yeah.
Yeah, he almost went. Actually, that's
left-handed batter, maybe not a good time to steal third. He's got a clear vision there.
a little low, and that'll be ball 3. 3-1 count to August with the open base.
Yeah, his strike zone shrinks now at 3-1. He wants that pitch right down the middle. One speed, one spot.
See if the coach gives him the green light with 3-1. Outside, ball 4. Puts runners at first and second for DMA with 2 outs for Drew Simpson, second baseman. Fly out to left field both times up today. Now they're going to run. That's Bronick in to run for August since he's pitching in the game. Get him a breather.
And we talked about how far Guy plays off the line. If you look, he's almost in the gap now in left field.
Yeah.
Or not Guy, I'm sorry.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gives a lot of room.
And we get a mound visit here.
Yep. Timeout by Dave Gordon, the head coach of Dover Senators. In case you didn't join us at the top of the broadcast, Dave's in his 10th season here at Dover High, the head coach, and he's a 97 graduate at Dover High. And Dover's had quite a baseball program, haven't they, Benny? They've been in the state tournament at least every year going back to 2010.
Well, you know, Kent County is Little League friendly. I know up until they got rid of the old, they were still playing big league and then senior league here. And you know, Dover, a big city and big Little League, and they benefit from it.
Unfortunately, that's an organization that has dwindled over the years.
Yeah, it has, but it really hasn't here in Kent County. I noticed they're still very active here with Middletown, Odessa Townsend, Camden, and Milford.
Clayton.
Smyrna, Clayton, Milford, and Dover. Downstate, you go in Sussex County, not so much. I don't know as much about District.
Could be stronger travel ball down there.
Yeah, in or District 2 in Newark. Well, you got sports at the beach, so obviously you're going to have a little more travel ball down there.
First pitch to Simpson. Called a ball outside. Hunter Chambers retired the first 2 batters this inning. Now he's got himself into a little bit of a jam.
Batter is Drew Simpson.
Simpson has hit the ball twice to the left side. He's flied out to left fielder Thomas both times. Now Thomas repositioning himself a little further to the line. Must have heard me. A little low for ball 2. Simpson trying to plate the tying run here in the top of the 4th inning with DMA down 6-5. Chambers' delivery is high and tight. And now it's 3-0, and he's in danger of loading the bases. Burdett's on deck. Oh, no. Burdett came out for Rossiter, so Rossiter is on deck, the catcher. Came in the game last inning to catch August. It'll be his first at bat of the game. Unless Chambers can retire Simpson. And he can't. Ball 4.
So after the mound visit, he comes out 4 straight balls and loads the bases.
So that brings up Rossiter, his first at bat of the game, and what a time for it, with bases loaded and 2 outs. Chambers likes the signal from his catcher, Connor McPhail. Here's the delivery. And Rossiter out in front of that one, fouls it away down the third base side. So Chambers ahead in the count at 0-1.
Chambers' delivery is starting to get a little slower here, Glenn. Starting a little more bend to the back. Not sure if he's getting tired or.
Throwing a lot of pitches.
Yes.
Curveball to Rossiter, and that is a called strike. So 0-2 count, Rossiter in the hole here. Again, bases loaded, 2 outs. 1-run ball game here in the top of the 4th. Chambers. Another curveball, and he gets him looking for the strikeout. Big pitch for Chambers. And Dover gets out of the jam here in the top of the 4th inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Dover still on top, 6-5. Back after this on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
And welcome back to Dover High School. Benny Mitchell with Glenn Frazier. And Glenn, we talked about it earlier. DMA comes out, puts the runs on the board in the last 2 innings. Dover's just settled down, and 2 straight scoreless innings for the Senators.
Exactly, and we'll have to keep an eye here on Tyler August for DMA. Came in last inning in relief of Kevin Williams, and he set the Senators down 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. Let's see if he can keep it up.
If I'm Dover, I'm going to slow him down a little bit. I'm going to call some timeout, step out of the box, and he is working at his pace. It's a little faster than Williams was. Throws a little harder. I think if you're Dover, you want to step out and just get him out of his rhythm, take him off his pace a little bit.
Well, he's missed on the first 2 pitches to Dover's number 9 hitter, Joel Gray, the right fielder, 2-0 count. Gray one hit in his only at bat as he takes ball 3. He got an RBI first time up.
I look down the bullpen. Dover warming up a pitcher, so we might see a pitching change for them in the 5th inning.
Well, like you said, I think ball 4 there on 4 straight pitches. So there's a walk, leadoff walk. And now the top of the order and Guy, 1 for 2 in the game.
Then we'll make sure we thank Kevin Turner, athletic director here at Dover High School. We didn't have to bring anything but our equipment. Table set there, chair all ready to go, and has hooked up the power. Thank you to Kevin Turner, the athletic director here at Dover High School.
Yeah, especially during some pretty much overtime work for us during spring break for Dover. That pitch is right down the middle to Guy for a strike. Looked like almost August was maybe overthrowing a little bit to Gray.
He's working very fast, too.
Gripping the ball a little tight and out of the zone. He does it again, low and away.
Even with the runner on first, he's still really working fast.
1-1 count to Marquise Guy. Yeah, neither team has scored since the 2nd inning. First 2 innings, both of them put a lot of runs on the board. Another one in the dirt and outside.
Yeah, he needs to loosen that grip level. He's really starting to choke that ball.
2-1 count to Guy. Tyler August came in relief last inning, retired the first 3 batters he saw, but has walked the lead runner here in Dover's half of the 4th. Tavion McCoy is on deck. He's been on both times today. Fielder's choice and hit by a pitch.
He gets the new nickname Stretch after that.
That one was high and tight. Oh, it hit him. Must have grazed his jersey. So now Dover gets the first 2 runners on here in the 4th inning, and that's the 3rd batter for Dover that's been hit by a pitch in the ball game.
Tavion McCoy.
McCoy up now, as we mentioned, been on both times, scored 2 runs in the ball game, and made maybe one of the defensive gems.
That's what I said. He's stretched now, man. Anybody can get up like that and get a ball down. That was a couple run savers.
Bunt in the air, found towards the DMA dugout for a strike. And I'll tell you, I don't know whether McCoy was really going sacrifice there. I think he was trying to bunt for a hit.
Right.
In the hole here, 0-1. Showing bunt now. Pulls the bat back and gets a called strike on the outside corner for an 0-2 count. Won't be bunting now. Dover with a 6-5 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Have their lead 2 runners on base. And an 0-2 count to Tavion McCoy, the Dover second baseman, and now he calls time and steps out. Just what you talked about.
Right. Yeah, time to get him off his pace. He's working fast, and it's working in his favor, and Dover needs to step out and throw his timing off a little bit, and that's what to do. 1st and 2nd, no outs. Good time to do it.
Curveball. Low and in the dirt. McCoy didn't go for it. Takes it for a ball. One-two count. August with the delivery. In the dirt, ball 2, runners will advance.
That works as good as the bunt. Even better because now you don't have the out.
Exactly. 2-2 count. Gray moves up to 3rd, Guy to 2nd. Nobody out, and the dangerous Alec Rodriguez is on deck. Had a bases-clearing double last time up. Biggest hit of the ball game for Dover. So August knows how important it would be to get Guy out here. There's another wild pitch, and Dover's going to score a run here to go up by 2.
This is what they do. They run the bases so well.
So Gray scores his second run of the ball game. Guy moves up to third. Full count to McCoy. Now 7-5 game. These two have played each other quite a bit the last few years. They're starting a little rivalry, Benny.
It's nice to see the non-conference games that they play over and over, not just now and again.
High pitch.
Kind of like the Wilmington Friends Woodbridge football rivalry that has ended. But they played every year for I think like almost 10 years.
Right.
So it's good to see that the non-conference.
I like it. McCoy drew a walk, so he's down at first. Pretty sure he's going to try to take second here on the first pitch, and Rodriguez is up to bat. 1 for 1 today with a walk and a 3 RBI double. High curveball.
Yeah,
Ball 1.
This top of the Dover order, they're in scoring position from first base. These guys can run. They're let's just run fast. They run smart. They get good jumps, and there he goes.
There goes the runner. Pitch is hitting foul territory. In
Got
play. Got room. Nice catch by the third baseman. Good job by Burdette to record the first out of the inning and a big out with Rodriguez.
Yeah, getting Rodriguez out.
Now batting the pitcher, Hunter Chambers.
First out of the inning brings up the pitcher, Hunter Chambers. Has a sacrifice RBI, and he's flied out. 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Dover on top 7-5 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. You talked about how good Dover is running the bases, Benny, and offensively getting runs, but the last 2 ball games, they've had some trouble.
Right.
High and outside for ball 1. They lost 4-0 to Sussex Tech. Sussex Tech has a really good squad this year.
Yeah, maybe they just need me here, Glenn.
I don't know. Could be, yeah. You were here for the first and only win this year. Over Cesar Rodney, 11-8. Then Monday they lost to Lake Forest, 9-3. Now let's check and see if McCoy will go down to second on this pitch. 1-0 count to Williams, or to Chambers. There he goes, throw down to second. It's cut off by the second baseman, shortstop covering the bag. DMA had a play on, and they did not get Guy to bite on it. Curveball, lofted into shallow right field. That's going to drop. And here comes Guy, throw to the plate, not in time. He scored Dover's 8th run. 8-5 ball game and a C&I hit for Hunter Chambers. And an RBI. Guy scores Dover's 2nd run of the inning.
Now batting the third baseman, number 1, Brandon Yoder.
McCoy advanced to third base on the hit.
So again, runners on the corners.
And that brings up Yoder, who, as we mentioned, he had a hot bat in the first 3 games. 6 hits, 2 in each one of those 3 games, but none today.
Every third base coach likes to look out and see runners on the corners.
Yoder reached on an error by the shortstop his first time up, grounded out. Third to first a second time. Takes a ball. Yeah, you're right, Benny. Coach Gordon might want to sign you up for the rest of their games. They scored an 11 spot against Cesar Rodney opening day to win 11-8. And they've scored 8 so far in this ball game. Runner fake gone. Called strike. 1-1 count to Yoder. Chambers at first. McCoy at third.
Be a good pitch to go on here. 1-1 count, 1 out.
Doesn't go, yep, and they throw a curveball.
That's
That's a
curve.
called strike. Yeah, it would have been the pitch to go on. So now a 1-2 count to Brandon Yoder.
Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Yoder.
And he stayed right with that curveball, lofts it out to right field. Catch is made, tagging and trying to advance from third, and easily scoring is McCoy for Dover's 9th run of the ball game on a sac fly for Brandon Yoder.
Advantage there of having that left-handed
Brittingham.
right fielder had to make the catch and then turn.
Yeah.
And with speed on the pass, you're just not going to get a guy like Guy.
Now, that Guy and McCoy, two really fast runners at the top of the order for Dover, brings up the designated hitter, Leandre Brittingham. 0 for 2 in the ball game today. Takes a curve. A little bit high in the zone. Ball. Austin Turner on deck. There's a fastball. Inside part of the plate for a called strike. Funny how this game works sometimes. You look at the scoreboard, Dover leading 9-5, being out hit 9-4.
Right.
Another inside fastball. That's a little too inside for a ball. 2-1 count to Brittingham. Trying to reach base for the first time in the ball game today. Oh, he gets into a fastball. Is it going to get over the right fielder's head? It is. It hits off the fence. Chambers around to third. They're going to try to score him. Brittingham. And there he is, sliding home with Dover's 10th run of the game on a sliding double by the designated hitter. Scoring from first base on the play, Hunter Chambers. And it brings up Austin Turner, the first baseman for Dover. He's 0 for 2 today, reaching on an error and striking out.
Dover just not leaving runner on bases here today, Glenn. And like I said, not a lot of hits. That's what their 5th hit of the game, and with 10 runs. So
yeah, this is their second crooked inning of the ball game. A 5 spot in the second inning, and now a 4 spot here in the 4th. 10-5. Dover has doubled up DMA. Fastball down the middle for a strike. One count to Turner. Curveball down and low for ball 2. It's the 8th batter of the inning for Dover. They're trying to bat around. Ian Thomas is on deck. Ground ball, right side. And the first baseman, DeLuca, stayed down on it, makes the unassisted play at first. And DMA finally gets out of the inning. We have played 4. Dover now leading 10-5 here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
And welcome back to the state capitol here at Dover High School. The Senators lead 10-5. This broadcast brought to you in part by Sodell Concepts, 12 chef-driven restaurants on the culinary coast in southern Delaware. Glenn, we have a pitching change. Just tell us about the changes.
Yeah, we have one switch as Dover's going to switch the shortstop and the pitcher. So Hunter Chambers will go to short, and Alec Rodriguez will now be on the mound. So Chambers pitched 4 innings. He had 4 strikeouts and 3 walks and gave up the 5 runs.
I was watching Rodriguez warm up, and Glenn, he has a 12-6 curveball that was dropping nice in warm-up. So we'll see what happens here when the inning starts.
Well, he's going to face the top of the order, shortstop Jackson Tyre. 1 for 3 today, has a double and scored a run.
Starts him off with a changeup, it looks like.
Yeah. Tyre out in front of that one for a strike. Hit to the shortstop. How about that? Just went over there. Chambers did, and the first baseman dropped the ball. So Tyre reaches on an error.
Quick release over there, too, from shortstop. He got rid of that ball quick.
The center fielder,
good throw.
Mason McCloskey.
So Mason McCloskey's up.
Got the free pass last time, correct?
He did. He's also lined out on a great play by Dover second baseman McCoy. And, of course, he led off the game, second at batter, with that smashing home run over the right field fence. So McCloskey's 1 for 2 in the game.
Dover Coach Gordon getting his outfielders in a little no doubles defense.
So Rodriguez shaking off the catcher, Connor McPhail, and now timed by the batter. McCloskey said he took a little bit too much time. I'm going to step out here. And how many times you just make a change? So pitching check, nice stop by the first baseman on the throw over there. Dover first baseman Austin Turner dug that one out. No, but they just made the change, and the first time you go to shortstop from the mound, you get a ground ball to you.
Great.
They found me. Little off-speed pitch outside corner. Yeah, so DMA's got to adjust now because so far Rodriguez is not throwing as hard as Chambers.
Yeah, both batters just start off with a changeup.
0-1 pitch. Curveball. In for a strike as the runner steals second. And the ball gets away from the shortstop, so he's going to move up and take third. So the leadoff batter for DMA is all the way around to third base with nobody out. And an 0-2 count on the batter, McCloskey. So it gets a stolen base and then a throwing error. And leadoff batter sitting at third base. McCloskey looking at 0-2.
So a couple errors, a runner 90 feet away.
Curveball, swung and he missed, and alertly Connor McPhail tags him out before he can get down the line.
I think McPhail being sure there, I thought he snagged that. But just making sure and getting there.
Number 10,
making sure the umpire sees it too.
Second batter faced by Rodriguez. First strikeout for Rodriguez, and he gets the big Mason McCloskey out. Now Kevin Williams is up. He's 2 for 3. Scored 2 runs in the game. Fouls it out of play. First strike. Williams started the game on the mound for DMA. Pitched the first 2 innings. Curveball hit right up the middle. He timed it perfectly and gets an RBI and his 3rd single of the game.
So DMA able to break that string of scoreless innings.
Yeah, Dover held them scoreless in the 3rd and the 4th. Now a 10-6 Dover lead. That brings up Mason DeLuca, the first baseman. He's 2 for 3 today. Scored a run. Singled and doubled. Last time up the bat, flied out to left field. Runner's gone. Throw down to second. Not in time. And yet another stolen base for the Seahawks. Trying to look at the scoreboard. I guess that was called a strike.
There's nothing up on the scoreboard yet.
Another Seahawk in scoring position here. Fouled away. Trying to read the umpire here to see if he gives hand signals on the count, but he's not doing so.
I thought he yelled on that stolen base. That should be 2 strikes. Going third?
Gone. Went on a curveball. Throw, one bounce to third. And another stolen base for Kevin Williams.
So DMA's found something here. They're going to start getting aggressive on the bases with 1 out here.
1-2 count to the batter, Mason DeLuca. 1 out in the inning. It's a 10-6 Dover lead. Here in the top of the 5th. And there's a base hit, line drive right in between third and short. And now it's 10-7.
Number 22, Logan Wiley.
Logan Wiley up to bat now. Logan is 1 for 3 today. Now a little meeting at the mound. Dover pitcher Alec Rodriguez and the catcher Connor McPhail. DeLuca at first base with 1 out. And the batter, Logan Wiley. The right fielder for DMA.
I'm going to fail those stolen bases. Maybe going out to say, keep an eye on this runner, just keep him close.
Yeah, now Dover wants a timeout. They want to talk things over. Head coach Dave Gordon heading out to the mound.
They do have a pitcher warming. They've had a pitcher warming up for a while now.
In the top of the 5th inning, we've had 17 runs scored and 16 hits today. Hitter's day here at Dover High School.
Big ballpark here, Glenn. Probably why we've seen just the 1 home run, 320 down the lines, 395 to dead center. And
it's a poke.
Plus, they got the wind blowing across the field.
Okay, the meeting at the mound is over. And again, you're right. With Dover having someone else warming up, this might just be trying to get another relief pitcher a little extra time. Rodriguez ready for the first pitch to Wiley. And that's looped into left field, and that's going to fall down for another hit. Advancing DeLuca, runners on first and second with just the 1 out. Second hit of the day for Wiley. Looked like Dover left fielder Thomas thought about coming in and trying to make a shoestring catch there.
Right. He does have the sun dead in his eyes right now.
And now they're going to run for DeLuca. That'll be Anthony Longuera. So he's now running down at second base. And the batter is Zach Morris, the left fielder. Morris today is 2 for 3, has 2 singles and a stolen base. Alec Rodriguez on the mound for Dover. This is his first inning of work. Already allowed 2 runs this inning. First pitch is low for a ball. (10-7) Dover on top, but DMA threatening to get more here in the top of the 5th. Rodriguez is set.
Curveball.
Curveball.
Drops
Sweeping
right in.
curveball and called strike. 1-1 count to Morris.
He showed a lot of break on his curveball in the warm-up somewhere. Like I said, he showed a little bit of 12-6. That was a nice break to off the plate.
If I'm him, I throw that again. And a pickoff attempt, no throw made. Rodriguez set. And again, they're going to try the pickoff. Runner gets back easy. There's the old fake throw to the pitcher. That usually doesn't work.
No,
Not anymore.
not much.
DMA with 12 hits today in this ball game. Dover with just 5, but Dover leads 10-7.
Off the fist.
It's foul ball down the right side and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes on Morris. 1 out in the inning. Morris is really late on that pitch. I think McPhail's trying to tell Rodriguez what he wants to do here with the batter without giving him a signal. I want to thank you for tuning in today to our live stream here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Oh,
There's
another
that
curveball.
And he got the call. Second out of the inning, both via strikeouts.
And that pitch there made a left turn.
Just like the other strike
My goodness.
he threw to
He
Morris.
has got a lot of break on his pitch, I'm telling you.
Now Tyler August, who's walked twice today and grounded out. See if he starts him out with that curve. Nope. Tried to spot one on the outside corner, a little low for a ball. Rodriguez trying to get out of this jam here in the top of the 5th. And the delivery, it's that curveball. That one fell out of the zone for the second ball. 2-0 count to August.
Well, early on in the game, first couple innings, DMA, they used the big hit, the doubles and the triples and the home run. Now they went more Dover style with the running the bases, stolen bases, with singles to bring in those runs.
And August has a pretty good eye. He says he's already walked twice today.
Well, he doesn't give you much plate up there. He's got his toes right on the chalk line. And he doesn't give you a whole lot of room to operate as a pitcher. Definitely takes away that outside corner.
Rodriguez does not want to go in the hole 3-0. Here's his delivery, and it's fouled at the plate.
Off his shin.
Yeah, he's trying to walk that off.
Yeah,
That'll
maybe
really
off
hurt
the
you.
maybe more off the toe than it was the shin.
Either way, not much meat
No, no.
in either spot. So swinging on the 2-0 pitch. It's now 2 balls and a strike to Tyler August. Rodriguez in the stretch. And the delivery. Another curveball, and he just peppers the line drive
Stay right
out
on
into
it.
right field. 1 run will score. The center fielder overran the ball, so the other runner is going to score as well. And now it's a 1-run ball game at 10-9. So that's a single, an RBI, and an error on the center fielder.
And we have a run-one ball game here, Glenn.
Yep, 10-9. Now we have a timeout. Head coach Aaron Lewis, I think, wants to run for his pitcher, and he will. They're going to
He
get
has to in this situation,
Yep.
2 outs.
Peyton Brannock will do his thing. He's been the pinch runner quite a few times today. And he represents the tying run out there at second base here in the top of the 5th with 2 outs. And the batter now, Drew Simpson, who's walked and flied out twice. And now Coach Gordon's going to call timeout. We might be making a change right
we
here.
are.
We'll see.
August did a very good job of sitting on that curveball there. In that
Oh, he
last-
did. Yep, timed it perfectly and just stroked a line drive out in the right field.
And we're going to pitching change. You're right.
Yep. So Rodriguez will check out, and let's see who the new Dover pitcher is. It looks like it might be Cole Green. And that's who it is, Cole Green in the game to pitch. And Alec Rodriguez will go out to left field. Looks like they're going to move Thomas to center. And I don't know whether we have the same right fielder for Dover or not. It was Joel Gray, number 4.
He's still out there.
Okay.
All right, we'll let the pitcher warm up, folks. We'll be right back. Your score 10-9 as we get a pitching change here for the Dover Senators. And welcome back to Dover High school baseball here with the Delaware Military Academy Seahawks out of the Diamond State Conference and the Dover Senators out of Henlipin Conference Northern Division. Little spring break baseball, and we have a new pitcher and ready to go here with 2 outs.
We have Cole Green now on the mound for Dover, and Rodriguez will move out to left. I believe Guy has shifted to center, so that means Thomas has come out of the game. Maybe he'll be the designated hitter now. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. First pitch in the dirt for a ball to Simpson.
That's it, Drew. It's got to be yours. Here we go, Drew. Don't help him, boys.
2 outs in the inning. Tying run at second base.
Come on, Seahawks. Let's go.
Cole Green taking a long time to get this call from his catcher, McPhail. Finally likes what he sees. Little low in the zone. That's 2-0. Kid with a lot of height on the hill.
Come on, Seahawks. Let's go, Don.
Seahawks have already plated 4 runs this inning after trailing 10-6. Now they just decide to walk him. So Simpson gets the free pass, his second consecutive walk. And that brings up Burdett. 1 for 3 today, has a single.
This is Rossiter.
Oh, that's right, Rossiter. That's right, he came in for Burdett.
Now batting the catcher, Mason Rossiter.
He actually batted last inning and struck out, so his only plate appearance 0 for 1. So Green pitching to a fresh batter. Gets that one across the knees for a called strike. We're in the top of the 5th inning here from Dover High. 10-9 ball game. Curveball, did he go? They're going to get him to check. Say, did not. Checked on it, 1-1 count.
That was a combination of the slowest curveball and the slowest swing. Right there.
Rossiter did check.
He did.
Green's delivery. That's a called strike. Ball and 2 strikes to Rossiter. Runners at first and second for the Seahawks, who've made a comeback here in the top of the 5th. Green's 1-2 delivery. Curveball. Drills it down to right field, and it falls through for a hit. Tying run comes across. The lead run's being waved in. And he scores without a throw. And DMA has taken the lead here in the top of the 5th inning as Rossiter knocks in 2.
Oh, my God! Wow! Wow! How about that, boys?
6 runs this inning for DMA.
Now batting.
They've
number
come from
3,
behind,
Jackson
trailing
Tyre.
10-6. They now lead.
You said 3? Let's go, Jackson.
Now 11-10.
Yeah, they were actually trailing 10-5 coming into this
That's
inning.
right. They
Now
were doubled up there
Yep.
to start the inning.
Rossiter down to second base, and it's back up to the top of the order. And Jackson Tyre, who started this inning. Takes it low for a ball. Tyre started the inning hitting a ground ball to short that looked like a routine play, and then was just dropped at first, so he got on.
And the rest of this damage has been done with 2 outs.
Yeah, well, 2 runs have scored
Right.
after what should have been the 3rd out, so 2 of the runs that DMA have scored have been unearned.
Get the one you want, Jackson.
They've had another pitcher warming up, too.
Yeah, Green taking a lot of time in between pitches.
He just signaled he was ready to go.
Tyre stepped down, now he's back in the box. And now they're going to walk him. Again, trying to set up the force play at any base.
And we're going to get another pitching change, I believe.
Yeah, Coach Dave Gordon is heading out to the mound. Talking to the home plate umpire.
We're going to bring on a lefty here, Glenn.
Yeah, to face the left-handed batting Mason McCloskey. So another pitching change. Why don't we pay some more bills, Benny? We've got a timeout here. 11-10. DMA's taking the lead here in the top of the 5th.
And welcome back. Pitching change here, Glenn. Tell us about it.
Ian Thomas, who started the game out in left field, is now on the mound. I think Dover's head coach Dave Gordon wanted a lefty against the lefty here. As the batter is Mason McCloskey. 1 for 3 today with a walk and a home run. 2 outs in the inning. Already 6 runs in for DMA. And there's a called strike to McCloskey. We've had some crooked innings today in this game, I'll tell you what. Dover with a 5 spot in the second, a 4 spot in the fourth, and now 6 runs in this inning in the fifth for DMA. Runners go. Throw to third. Not in time. And a double steal.
We have 21 runs on the board and still got 2 frames to go. They got to finish this one first.
Right. So now 2 in scoring position for McCloskey, who has a 1-1 count. That's high for ball 2. Kevin Williams on deck, and he's had a hot bat today, 3 for 4.
See it, Mason. Let's go, kid.
Ian Thomas, the new Dover pitcher, the lefty southpaw, ready for his delivery. A little high for ball 3. 3-1 to Mason McCloskey. I think McCloskey thinks he's probably going to get something to hit here.
He's going to score up 1 speed, 1 spot right now, something right down the middle.
Here's the pitch. It's a little high for ball 4. Bases are loaded for Kevin Williams. So we mentioned he's 3 for 4 in the ball game, all singles. He already has a single and an RBI this inning.
Stay hot, Kevin. Let's go, Kev.
6 runs across here in this 5th inning for DMA, trying to get more. It's a 1-run game. 11-10 in favor of DMA. Thomas's delivery is low for a ball.
Job of McPhail keeping that in front of him.
Real good job. Thomas takes a deep breath out there on the hill. He knows he's in quite a jam right here.
Let's go, Kev.
Mason DeLuca waits on deck. Pitch a little bit low, ball 2. It's the old saying, you got no room for him, no place to put him.
No place to put him.
See it, Kev. Let's go, kid.
So Williams should see something that he can hit. Two-0 hitters count right here. And there's a ground ball nubbed out towards the pitcher, and he bobbled it, throw to first, and is dropped. And it's now 12-10 DMA.
That's the 5th Dover error of the game. In an inning that started with an error.
Yes.
Batter number 17, Mason DeLuca.
7 runs this inning now for DMA, and that's the 3rd unearned. DeLuca up to bat now. He has 3 hits today. He's 3 for 4. Takes high for ball 1. Has a double. He's scored twice. $19 hits combined in the ball game now. 14 hits for DMA. Swinging a low pitch. McPhail let that get past him a little, but not nearly enough for an advance by the runners. 1-1 count on DeLuca.
See it, kid. Let's go.
Get the one you like, kid.
Timeout by DeLuca. Wants to step out. Got some last-second instructions from third base coach and head coach Aaron Lewis. Thomas ready with his pitch. Oh, that gets past, and another run scores, making it 13-10 Seahawks.
Just going from bad to worse for Dover right now.
This is one of those innings where it dominoes.
They started the inning with a 10-5 lead. Now they trail by 3.
Two balls and one strike. On to Luca. Thomas, the third Dover pitcher this inning. There's an off-speed pitch and a swing and a miss. 2-2 count on the batter. Rodriguez started this inning. Green came in, and now Thomas on the mound for Dover. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Thomas. Ground ball up the middle, gets through for a base hit. 2 more runs will score, making it 15-10, as DMA has now scored 10 in this inning.
Now batting number 22, Logan Wiley.
Logan Wiley up to bat now. He's already singled and scored this inning. Has 2 hits on the day, 2 for 4. It's about the longest 5th inning I can remember in my life.
We're well into 2 hours of this game, I know that.
I thought you were going to tell me 2 hours in this inning. I was going to agree with you.
2 hours and 24 minutes in this game.
It's a called strike to Wiley. Lefty against lefty here. That one's low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 count to the batter, Wiley, the right fielder for DMA. Thomas's delivery is high for ball 2.
He's starting to stay up and seeing where the ball's going. He's getting a little frustrated and not following through. I know every once in a while fall off to the side. That one he just stayed up and threw it. He's got to still work on his.
Yeah, the second baseman, McCoy's going to come in and
talk
talk to
good
him.
job. That's a good job on McCoy.
Yeah. A little bit of encouragement there.
He just at this point just needs to be more. He just get back to your fundamentals and pitch downhill. Everything will be all right.
Just a little outside for ball 3. 3-1 count on Wiley. Zach Morris is on deck.
Come on, Logan. Keep it going, Choose.
Thomas's 3-1 pitch is swung on and drilled down the right field line. Fair ball will go to the fence. Go to the relay man. They're going to hold the runner at third, so a double for Wiley.
16 hits on the day so far, only in the 5th for the Seahawks.
Now batting Zach Morris.
15th batter of this inning for DMA. So we mentioned Morris is 2 for 4 today, has 2 singles.
I think we're going to see McPhail come to the mound. He pitched in the CR game.
Dave Gordon takes that slow walk.
I'm wrong. He's got a problem with his glove. I thought he was going to the dugout to, his catcher's mask.
We'll take a look at the schedule for the Dover Senators after today's ball game. They will not play again until Friday. They'll be right back here against Indian River. And the next game for the Seahawks will be Tuesday at home against Tower Hill, the Hillers. 4 o'clock Tuesday start for DMA as of now. They're constantly updating these start times.
They are.
And I would encourage everyone, make
Yeah.
sure you go to the website at least the day before the game.
I don't know why I did it, but I checked it last night because I would have been here. I'd have been here at 10 o'clock in the morning otherwise. They're going to hand the ball to the freshman here, Yoder.
Yeah. And that Dover game right here against Indian River, that's scheduled for a 4:15 first pitch. And that's next Friday coming up. Dover has a lot of home games on the schedule, Benny. They have Indian River and Cape Henlopen and Sussex Central back-to-back-to-back at home. They go on the road to Smyrna and Del Mar. Then they get 2 more home games, 2 road games, and they finish the season with 5 straight games here at Dover High.
And their next game they bring in Indian River 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
They're only lost to Middletown.
Right.
Wins over Woodbridge. Smyrna has a big win over Smyrna. Sussex Academy and Laurel, but they have St. Mark's before that. So.
St. Mark's undefeated on the season and ranked in our top 10 poll. We have them ranked at number 2. They're 4-0. I'm running out of space on my score sheet for these pitchers. Brandon Yoder, the freshman. 4th Dover pitcher this inning. So once Chambers went out.
Yeah, they went to Rodriguez. I thought did a pretty good job. But then this DMA team is they're streaky hitters. They sit on. They've done a good job of getting into some good counts and some good hitter counts and making Dover pay for it. And then the ball is just finding holes everywhere for them right now.
16 hits for DMA today. They get 15 runs. And they're still batting this inning. They've scored 10 runs this inning. They have runners at second and third for Zach Morris, who is 2 for 4 today. And he will face the freshman, Brandon Yoder. Brandon has done a pretty good job so far his first season here at Dover High as a freshman. In the first 3 games, he had 6 hits. Unfortunately, he's yet to get one today. All right, Morris steps in. 2 outs in the inning, 2 runners, both in scoring position for DMA, already up by 5. And that was in the dirt, and that's going to get past, and it's going to be another run. 11 runs this inning. Want to no count to Morris. Dover now trailing 16-10 to DMA. DMA undefeated on the season, trying to keep it that way. What a comeback this inning by them, down by 5 coming into this inning. Way out in front of that one. Yeah. Foul ball down the third base side, 1-1.
For Coach Gordon right now, you got to hope your freshman can pull through here in this inning and get you out of it. It's just been everything's just gone from the frying pan to the fire so far.
Yeah. Off-speed pitch, a little bit of action on it, and that's called strike. Ball and 2 strikes to Morris. Morris trying to get that 17th run home for DMA. Yoder's delivery. Curve ball out in front of it again. That's foul down the left field side. He's getting closer to fair ball.
I tell you, I think I may maybe come outside change up here. And he's up maybe looking fastball. Hit him with a little change up on the outside corner and see if you can fool him.
All right, Coach, let's see if you can call one. I got my one for the day. I'm done.
All right.
I hit my 3-point shot. Well, it's in the dirt, and that's going to be another run. On the wild pitch. Base is now clean. Morris has a 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
I'd still go outside change up here.
Okay. You believe 12 runs in this inning for DMA?
It's been a long, long inning.
2-2 pitch from Yoder. In the dirt.
I think it was hurting him on that fastball. He's gripping it too tight and throwing it in the dirt. That's kind of why I would go, now you got to go fastball. That's why I was thinking change up. Gives you a little looser grip, get a little, slows you down a little bit.
Full count. I'm not sure I wouldn't come back with that curveball. Nope, you're right. Fastball. Too low in the zone. A walk. Brings up Tyler August, who has walked twice today, has a couple of hits. He's already singled and scored this inning. Runner's gone, and he'll get there easily, might even take third, and he will. Fifteenth batter this inning for DMA. 15 batters. They scored 12 runs.
Yeah, we've had 2 outs for a while, too.
Yeah, the last out was actually recorded as a strikeout by Zach Morris. Low in the zone. Ball 2. And the aforementioned Zach Morris is the runner down at third base. Yoder on the mound.
So we're talking 10 batters and with 2 outs, low outside, 3-0.
Yep, he's gone 3-0 here to August with Simpson on deck. The freshman ready. And his delivery, 3-0 pitch is outside for ball 4. 2 consecutive walks. And that brings up Simpson. 0 for 2 today. He's walked twice. And they're going to get Brannick out to run for the pitcher, August. Rodriguez and Turner out there for Dover, trying to settle down the freshman. 16th batter this inning. Base hit through the gap, out to left field. Another run scores.
Glenn, what looked to be a game where Dover was going to start pulling away. Well, now they're in danger of a 10-run rule here.
They are. I was looking at that. And the scoreboard hasn't even caught up yet because it should be 18 to 10.
Right, 18
there
to 10.
It is. It just changed. Brings Rossiter up, who singled last time. Way out in front of that one for a strike and a foul down the third base side. Over by the Dover dugout. Hey, right. DMA scores a couple of more here, then Dover's going to be forced to score something in the bottom of the 5th or the game is going to be over. Yoder with the curveball. It's up high for a ball. 1-1. Nine straight batters have reached for DMA, and it began with Rossiter. Actually, let's make that 11. 11 straight, and it began with August.
Right, you're looking at the Dover pitching staff has just struggled for strikes, and then when they have been able to get a strike, DMA's just finding it, hitting it, and finding the spot. I mean,
2-1 count to Rossiter. Yoder's delivery, swing and a miss, and I thought that was the ball and a
I did
pass
too.
ball, and instead it was the bat. 2-2 count to Rossiter.
You could get a little pine tar. You're going to use dirt instead. You get a little better grip.
Yeah, and his teammates will have a little laugh about
Oh,
that one
absolutely.
later on
And
on the bus ride home.
And it's on film, so somebody's going to TikTok that, right?
2-2 pitch. Low, got past the catcher. Full count, runners advance. And now these two in scoring position would be the 19th and 20th runners of the ball game, runs of the ball game for DMA. Full count to Rossiter. Yoder trying to get Dover out of this inning. Oh, and it hit him. Bases loaded.
I think that was when he just couldn't get out of the way of. He was trying to back up. And
All right, Benny, I've kept a score sheet before where I've had to go 2 innings and cross it out.
going to your third.
I'm going into the third
Wow.
now.
Yeah, it's just nothing has gone. This inning has gone Dover's way. Everything. It's just been bad break after bad break.
Oh, well, here's Jackson Tyre for the third time this inning.
They just need a fly ball hit to somebody right now at this point.
Tyre's reached on an error, walked this inning, scored twice. He also has a double in the game. And he comes up with the bases full and 2 outs.
And the Senators are warming up another pitcher.
There's a called strike. 12 straight Seahawks have reached base.
In a variation of ways. Some hits, some walks, some hit batters, some errors.
Curveball.
Nice pitch.
And that's called strike 2. So Tyre's in the hole here with an 0-2 count. And let's see what Yoder comes up with. Curveball, hit to the shortstop. Over to first, not in time. 2 runs are going to score, 19 and 20. I'm giving him a single there. He had that beat out.
Yeah, he did.
So 2 more runs across.
Now batting number 12.
15 runs now in the inning.
Well, the Seahawks have made sense of the box score now, the line score now. Before this inning, they were out hitting Dover and losing by 5.
Right.
And now they've made sense of it.
Brings up Mason McCloskey. Scored 2 runs today. But he's yet to have a hit.
Hey, it's a home run.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
The one hit was the home run.
Yeah. Longest hit of the day. Walked twice. There goes the runner. Pitch was called a strike.
August is going to have to come in and get a good warm-up because he has been off the mound for quite some time.
Right.
Over half an hour. Let's see how that plays out when we come back to the Dover side. Yeah, it's been 40 minutes, over 40 minutes since August has been on the mound. So, we'll see how that plays out. That could be a problem.
2 balls. There's a called strike, 2-1.
You want your pitcher to get rest, but
Right. Almost be tempted to, and we can't see the bullpen from here.
warm up.
Yeah.
Just go throw. Exactly.
Right. There's a swing and a miss. Yoder has a 2-2 count on McCloskey, who is the 20th batter of this inning for DMA. You heard me right, 20. Pitch, ball in play, center field. Looks like he has a beat on it,
Just
and
what Dover needed.
finally this inning is over. So, DMA puts up 15 runs in the 5th inning. They lead 20-10. Bottom of the 5th coming up after this.
And welcome back to Dover High School. Big flip that inning where Dover came into the inning up 10-5. They now trail 20-10 as DMA. Glenn, give us the
The numbers?
Yeah.
Well, it was about a 45-minute at bat. 20 Seahawks came to the plate that inning. They score 15 runs on 9 hits and 2 Dover errors. And Dover finally gets to bat here in the bottom of the 5th as Ian Thomas leads it off and takes a ball. Thomas hit by a pitch and struck out. He's 0 for 1. There's a called strike on the outside part of the plate, 1-1 count. So Tyler August showing no rust whatsoever after that long delay. That pitch was inside for a ball.
That was almost like a rain delay for him. I mean,
sun delay.
Yeah.
Right down the middle for called strike, 2-2. I think I even caught our cameraman, Nick Halliday, dancing to the Bee
music,
Gees Staying Alive.
We're going to start getting a second camera here. We can catch that. Get that as a play of the week.
Inside. Full count to Thomas. Dover needs to score a run to keep this game going. Foul ball back behind the plate. And out of the reach of the catcher Rossiter. There's so much room here.
Yeah, that just wasn't very high up. But you're right, there's plenty of room here for a foul back to be played.
Once again, reset on the full count. Thomas, a leadoff hitter for Dover here in the bottom of the 5th, trailing by 10. And that right down the middle, fastball and a strikeout. Third strikeout of the game for Tyler August. Brings up Joel Gray, who has walked and singled. Takes a ball high. On deck, Marquise Guy, the leadoff hitter. Puts the ball in play on the right side.
Right to center, right field. 2 away.
And the catch is made out there by Logan Wiley for the second out of the inning. And it all comes down to Marquise Guy, the leadoff hitter, to see if he can keep this ball game going.
Number 7, Marquise Guy.
1 for 2 today. He's been hit by a pitch, scored a run, and singled his first time up to bat in the first inning. Curveball for a strike.
That had a little break to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guy turning his shoulder.
Nice pitch to start him out on. Comes back with it, hits it one hopper to the shortstop, picks it up. Can he get the speedy guy? No. The ball bounces away from the first baseman. Guy's going to move up to second.
Official score, what are you going with there?
Error
That's what I thought.
on the throw. Because believe it or not, that would have been in time to get Guy,
I thought it was there too.
who was very fast. Brings up Tavion McCoy. He's been on all 3 times. He's walked, hit into a fielder's choice, and hit by a pitch, so he's officially 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. 1 strike to McCoy. Looked like he might have pulled the head a little bit on that swing. We're in the bottom of the 5th, 2 outs. Dover with Guy in scoring position. That one high for a ball. And he would need to score.
I think anything that hits the grass, he's going.
Yeah. Otherwise, this game will be over by the 10-run rule. Curveball. Called strike. Boy, that one was nasty.
Yeah, it was. All McCoy could do was shake his head.
A ball and 2 strikes. Another curveball, called strike, and the ball game is over. And the final score today here from Dover High is DMA 20, Dover 10. Good news for DMA. They remain undefeated at 4-0. The bad news, they finally scored on quite a bit. They gave up 10 runs, but big comeback for them in the top of the 5th as they put up a 15 spot. We'll be back and wrap things up right after this.
Go.
Thanks for being out here, doing all the games, and everything. You guys doing a great job. Thanks.
All right, final from Dover High School today. Dover High had a 10-5 lead going into the 5th inning. They lose this one 20-10 to Delaware Military Academy, which improves its record to 4-0. Dover now has lost 3 straight, and their record is 1-3. The winning pitcher is Tyler August, and taking the loss today will be Rodriguez, as Dover came in with 4 pitchers in that 5th inning and just couldn't get out of that inning, Benny. It was just one thing after another, and good display of hitting today by
Absolutely.
DMA.
I said I was running out of cliches and analogies for that inning. I mean, it was just going from bad to worse for me. I felt bad for the Dover pitching staff. And I mean, they weren't missing bad, but then when they did miss bad, it would be a pass ball or a wild pitch, and then they would get it under control. And the great hitting at DMA, just finding the open spots on the field. And they just took advantage of that inning and put up the 15 runs and walked away with this thing.
Yep, Mason McCloskey had the only home run of the day. He did that in his first at bat. And a big hit for Dover earlier today was a 3-run double by Alec Rodriguez. But Dover just ran out of gas, and DMA had nothing but gas today as they just put the pedal to the metal in that 5th inning.
And I said, DMA in that last inning made sense of the line score because Dover was winning the game 10, with 10-5 with only 5 hits.
Right.
And a lot of that was due to their base running. You talked about that bases clearing double. They never. That's the way they run the bases. They never held up. They never went halfway. They took off. They were going to score from first on that, and that's what they did. And that could be key for them down the road here in the Henlopen North, in their Henlopen North games. As you said, next coming up for them is Indian River, who's 4-1. So it doesn't get any easier for the Senators.
Now, they're going to have to clean up some things in the field. They made way too many errors today.
Yeah, 5 errors.
Yeah. And, a couple that extended that 5th inning by maybe 6 or 7 runs. But hats off today to Coach Aaron Lewis and the Delaware Military Academy Seahawks. 20 runs on 17 hits. Once again, the winning pitcher is Tyler August. Well, that'll do it for the game. We'd like to thank Dover Athletic Director Kevin Turner and his staff, both coaches, Dover's Dave Gordon and DMA's Aaron Lewis. Thanks for a great job by cameraman Nick Halliday and my broadcast partner Benny Mitchell. Most of all, a huge thank you to all of our valuable sponsors and to you, the families and fans, for tuning in to the live stream. Once again, today's final, DMA 20, Dover 10. Thanks for tuning in. This is Glenn Frazier from all of us at Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
We're done.